Today, join me for some seriously royal vibes. Hi, I'm Eva. Welcome to Ninfa Fluida Gallery. Today we're going to be painting an iconic scene from King Charles III Coronation yesterday. So please join me and let's see how that'll work out. A lot of great shots were taken on Coronation Day, so choosing was not a simple affair. Although I love the shot of Charles and Camilla together, I ultimately went for a simpler one. First, the sketch. I always start with rough forms in order to place everything correctly on the canvas. Then, when I'm satisfied with the result, I move on to an acrylic crayon to outline everything. This way, the oil colors won't dissolve the drawing like it would have been the case with a simple pencil underneath. Now that the acrylic drawing is done, we'll pass to colors and start with the underpainting. We are going to need black, burnt umber and white. The underpainting is a necessary step in order to make the oil colors adhere correctly to the canvas. It also greatly helps in getting the tone values right from the beginning by blocking the shadows in black and highlighting the areas of light in white. For the midtones, I use burnt umber and various saturation levels. Finally, this technique helps setting a uniform overall tone that creates a sort of lining to the painting afterwards. Now let's have a look at the colors that we're going to need for the next step. I've divided the palette into 3 different sections. You have all the yellow tones on the left that we're going to use to produce the illusion of a golden brocade and also for the gold of the regalia. On top, we have all the colors that will be needed to produce the skin tone. And then finally, on the right, the 2 colors that I believe I'm going to use for the beautiful purple of the gown. Let's get started. I don't have a rule as to where to start. Generally, I like to paint in large areas first. So here I went for the darkest colors by laying down the first layer of purple in the crown and the robe. Then I worked my way through the robe by laying the first layer of the gold brocade that I also used on the scepter and the orb. Next step, the background. Now that every part of the canvas is covered in colors, I can start on the face. When painting portraits, I like to get the face quickly because it gives me that sensation of presence and understanding of who I am painting. Now back to the background. It is very blurry in the photo, so in order to convey the same feeling in the painting, I feathered out the brush strokes both vertically and horizontally to avoid any hard edges. The background set, I had a better sense for value in the skin tones, so I went back to make some last tweaks. It's time to get back to the robe and get some reflections on the fabric. To be honest, I struggled with this shade of purple and had a really hard time mixing the right color. Second to last, the regalia. You can spend days and days if you want to get it exactly right, and painting jewelry can become a goldsmith work on its own. But if you want to move forward quickly and just give the impression of gold without being super realist, the A&O is to get the shadows and highlights right. In order to do this, you might want to switch to a very fine brush. For a painting of this size, I took my 00 round brush. This was particularly useful to paint the pearls on the orb. There were a lot of dots to be done. I also went back to the hands and glazed them in a paint that best matched the skin tone I ended up mixing for the face. Last step, the ermine robes. I wanted to convey the sensation of texture on the fur and used a brush with very stiff and uneven bristles and loaded it with quite a bit of paint. I took a flat square brush to paint the bows that adorned the shoulders to make a significant change in texture. I finished by working on the crown and the last details on the orb. And this is the result. I'm very happy how it turned out and wanted to share some shots of the details. You can see how much of a profile the ermine robes and the highlights on the regalia have. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you would like to see my future works, please consider subscribing. Also, if you're interested in the paintings that are currently available for sale, don't hesitate to check out my website. I leave a link in the description. Thank you so much for watching and hope to see you next time. Cheers!